Today I want to talk about several pieces of gear that have become some new favorite gear items for camping this year in 2022. So let's get to camp, let's check it out. The first thing we'll talk about is a battery generator, and I've actually got two different battery generators here with me on this trip. One is the Bluetti EB3A. This is a much smaller watt-hour battery generator that I like to put inside of the tent with me because my wife and we like to have our phones charged because we take a lot of video and photos throughout the day. So being able to charge our phones with this, almost like a little nightstand next to the sleeping pad, is super nice. And you've got a wireless charging port pad here on the top of the unit. But this is nice to have because, again, it's inside of the tent and I'm able to charge other devices like an iPad, which we enjoy as a family when we're out on a car camping trip, being able to watch a movie as a family before we go to bed, or it helps settle the kids down and just get ready for that nighttime routine, and we enjoy it. But then something that I have thoroughly enjoyed for the last several trips that I've been able to go on is this brand new BioLite Base Charge 600, which is a 600 watt hour, technically 622 watt hour battery generator. And this primarily stays in the back of the car with this DC port here on the front that I plug my 12 volt refrigerator into to keep all of my cold food cold. But you've got a lot of different ports and information and things that are displayed here on the screen that allow you to pretty much charge and keep things powered for a full weekend trip. And I've been very impressed with the ability to run a 12 volt charger that plugs into the side of the car, in the back of the car in here, and we might be driving to a trailhead or types of things, and it's going to charge very well and stay topped off. For the trips that I've been out on with the BioLite Base Charge 600 so far, it has not even dipped below 50%. The charging through the 12 volt has been very fast. And one of the things that I really like on here is when I turn this display on, what you don't get out of the Bluetti display is this actually tells you it's almost like an odometer of watt hours that you have used during the trip. So when I turn this on and I start using it, I've got the ability to basically see how many watt hours I'm using and gauge what all that I'm trying to power over a weekend is going to require. And that's really cool information to have, because it lets you know that, yeah, this is going to be enough for everything that I'm going to be doing, or no, I need to bring either two of these or I need to have something bigger to power everything that I need for the trip. So this Base Charge 600 from BioLite is brand new to the market, but such a cool unit that I think does play a good part in a competition to some of the other products out there, even from Goal Zero, Bluetti, EcoFlow. This is a great option. Now last year, unfortunately, a windstorm came through when we were out as a family on a camping trip, and we had our large wagon top Nemo tent essentially get destroyed from a massive windstorm. And so we've kind of been on the hunt for a new tent to use as a family. And this tent here is the Aurora High-Rise 6-person tent from Nemo. And I purchased this just a few weeks ago to be able to take out on these most recent family camping trips that we've been going on. And this thing is so cool. It's got a lot of really neat features to it that make it feel really open and everything. So I want to take you inside and kind of give you a tour of what this Aurora High-Rise is like. Quickly show you the outside of the tent here. You've got a large opening at the front of the tent, and then here on each side you've got kind of like a hybrid double wall, single wall situation. And you've got this really nice big open window that does have a flap that goes over it and covers up. And then here at the back of the tent, you've got a second door that allows you to get easy access in and out of the tent. So here at the front, you can use that piece at the top with both zippers to almost use this as an awning. So with some extra cordage guidelines and stuff, you can run that out and have an awning. But it's a decent size vestibule, which I really like. So you can keep things protected and such in the weather. And then a very large, like 4 zipper pull opening, and that door will drop all the way to the ground. So one of the greatest things about this Aurora high-rise tent is very, very high, like standing height. I'm 5'9", and the ability for me to stand and get changed and everything in here and to move around as a family is so, so nice. Don't mind the mess in here. You've got 3 kids and 2 adults, and so things end up being a mess. But what I really enjoy as well is the ability to have as much space in here to spread out as possible. So we've got some large self-inflating 4-inch thick pads that for the kids, for my wife and I, we've got space to be able to put bags and things, and it's very, very comfortable. You've also got plenty of attachment points, like maybe hanging a lantern, pockets in all of the corners. You've got the big windows on the sides. And one of the things that I really love about this tent is the vertical wall that is created by the pole structure that makes these side walls stand vertical, and it increases the living space here in the tent by a lot. I've also got the Big Agnes Spicer Peak 6-person tent, and it's just more of a big dome, and you don't have these vertical walls on the side that really maximize the space, and it feels a bit more closed in. And this is a really nice touch from Nemo to make this a very open, livable camping tent. The next piece of gear I want to talk about is the Zenbivi double bed that has been super enjoyable for my wife and I. We've got this on top of an X-Ped self-inflating big double bed mattress, and this Zenbivi quilt that attaches to the fitted sheet has made this a very comfortable and warm and just an overall great experience for sleeping, because you've got the ability to open the quilt up, stick your feet out and that kind of thing, but it's also plenty big for not only backpacking when you are out as a couple and using 2 sleeping pads side by side, but the ability to use this in a car camping situation as well makes it very comfortable. And I have really enjoyed the Zenbivi products, as you know if you watch the channel, but I love the fitted sheet aspect here that has that same wing design on the side that helps eliminate draft points. The quilt on the top is plenty wide for 2 people. You don't ever feel like you're pulling it side to side off of your partner and that kind of thing. Very soft, comfortable, not sticky fabric for the fitted sheet, and this hood that allows for pillows. And we absolutely bring our pillows from home to make this as comfortable as possible. But with a pillow into the hood here that just really makes for a bed-like experience that you would have at home, especially on top of the X-Ped mega mat that we've got here. Just an awesome experience. Love the Zenbivi double bed and what it provides. Now, before I talk about the last 2 items that have become some favorite pieces of gear for camping trips, is not all of these gear items are perfect. They all have their pros and cons. They all have their limitations and things that make them work better in certain situations and not so great in other situations. And take, for example, the base charge, the battery generators in general. They may not be the best option for long distance trips where you have to power a lot of things, and maybe you don't have solar, maybe you don't have the ability to charge those items as you are out for a longer period of time. The other thing is maybe a tent like this is too bulky, it's too large for what you need as a family or the vehicle that you drive. That much space taken up makes it really difficult for you to be able to get everything else that you need into your car. So I think it's important to point out that not all of this stuff is the best. Not all of it is the most applicable to every situation, but they are really good items. And these last two things that I want to talk about, kind of luxury and create some great organization and some good like social aspects to being out as a family or with friends. So let's talk about them. For me, organization is a big part of being able to enjoy myself when I'm on a camping trip. And these Sitio crates are something that I came across from just like a Facebook advertisement basically. But these crates are basically indestructible, very well made, and they provide a lot of good organization opportunity for me to basically put a crate together that has all of the like tools and things that I need for just being out on a trip. But then I've got a crate specifically here for all of my cooking stuff. So I've got like pots and pans and plates and silverware utensils, gas stove, towel, like all of the stuff that makes being able to stay super organized, super clean, and know exactly where everything is. And it makes such a difference in the ability to just keep things organized. And I'm gonna have my wife follow me because what I love is these things stack, and then when you are going to put things away in the car, they don't take up a lot of space and they keep things organized and easy to access. So one of my favorite things for sure. And then last but absolutely not least is this brand new tiny fire pit from Solo Stove called the Mesa. This is so cool because it's very tiny. It allows for you to very quickly and in a cool setting that's also virtually smokeless be able to make s'mores as a group on a tabletop, like picnic table like this, and not have to build a big fire in like a big fire ring like we've got here. And this Mesa is awesome because you can use just standard wood that you would find at camp. You can also just use like hardwood pellets, which this insert allows for you to put the pellets in and keep them contained and everything. And so this tiny little Mesa fire pit is awesome. It just creates the ability for quick s'mores, a nice ambiance happening around camp, and doesn't take up a lot of space. And you don't have to have a ton of firewood to have a small fire, get s'mores, treats, whatever it is that you're trying to do. You could probably even roast hot dogs over this if you wanted. But just been really, really happy with this in the very short time that I've had this, for about a week at this point. But we've already used it several times as a family and just enjoy it. So thanks for watching today, guys. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you know what to do. Hope you enjoyed this list of some of my favorite camping gear that I have come across and been using here in the year of 2022. Again, thanks for watching. Have an awesome day. We'll see you later.